doing? I've been calling you over there. I was looking for you.
This episode of the #1 selling artist in the history of Belize, I would like to share a very unique experience with you guys. This experience was like no other. I decided to travel to many small town and beach communities in Mexico. I got a cool Airbnb in San Miguel Allende to get myself some rest for the night after grinding in the streets. And as usual, I would start my day off with a prayer. I prayed for protection, I prayed for guidance and wisdom, and after praying, you would never believe what happened. These two beautiful birds just flew right inside through the window. And at first I was like, whoa, what is this? Like, is this a sign of something? Is this like, man, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what to do. But I did not want to scare the birds off, and I did not want them to be hurt in that apartment. I didn't want them to be locked in there because I wouldn't be able to stay in the apartment to take care of them. And they just like flew right in and they wouldn't leave. They wouldn't get out. So at first I kind of tried to like keep the window open and tried to guide them so that they can fly out, but they were not trying to leave. It's like they were there for me and they had a message for me. So I decided to continue praying for wisdom and understanding, trying to figure out why these birds had came inside. Did I need to stay home? Did I need to not go outside? Did I need to go outside with a different attitude? Did I need to be careful? Did I need to accept my blessings and continue giving thanks? I didn't know what was happening, but I wanted to figure it out. So I decided to just let the birds stay in the place, and I decided to just open up to them. I tried to communicate with them because nothing surprises me anymore. If the birds started talking, I wouldn't have been surprised, because with this journey and what's been going on, it's like so many things and so many crazy stories. You would think I make up these stories. You can't make up something this good. You know what I'm saying? They were there in my room and I believe they had a message. So I wanted to just open myself up and pray for wisdom, understanding, to be able to relate for whatever the message they were trying to relate to me. I wanted to be able to accept it and understand it. I tried to communicate with the birds the best way I knew how. I looked them in the eyes. I tried to communicate. I tried to talk to them. They were making little birdie chirpy sounds. I could not really understand it, but I just opened my brain and opened my mind to try to understand the best way possible. I was eating some cantaloupe and some other fruits, so I cut up a little bit of that for them, and they just enjoyed that. We ate together, and after we got through eating, it was time to go back to try to communicate with them. I told them I was leaving. I asked them if they wanted to leave. They were looking at me like they were not going nowhere. They're right here with me. And I was like, man, I can't just drive these birds out, because I know nobody will believe this story. So I pulled out my camera, I set it up, I set my camera down, adjusted to me, and called the birds and asked them to come to me. And then I started trying to communicate with them and play with them, spend time with them, start petting them. The birds just love to fly and pitch on my head. Like, I don't know what they thought was on my head or not, but at first I was like spooked up by them trying to pitch on my head, because I didn't know what they were trying to do. But I kept on letting them pitch on my head, and I just allowed them to do what they wanted to do. Spread my arms out, let them pitch on me, pick on me. They were like biting me, like picking on me, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they were doing, like picking off little things, like just picking me in different spots, like just how they would be like on a horse or something, picking ticks or flea off of a horse or a tick. I don't know what they were picking off of me, but they were there just picking stuff. Maybe it was bad vibes and bad energy they were taking off of me, right? You never know. But anyway, these were like some of the coolest birds, man. They were cute, they were very friendly, very nice. We hung out, we had a wonderful time. I treated them like they were like my guests. We ate together. I had only planned to be in this Airbnb for that one night. I ended up staying 2 nights because they didn't want to leave that first night after I left. I used that as a clue for me to stay another night. I stayed another night with them in the room. They stayed with me. We ate breakfast again the next morning, and then I went on ahead and rolled out of San Miguel Allende. But that was my experience in San Miguel Allende. Beautiful place in Mexico. You gotta check out San Miguel Allende. This was a beautiful place, and this experience was just extremely beautiful. This episode of the #1 selling artist in the history of Belize was brought to you by JBV. JBV!
Greatness is what we strive for. Unwavering confidence is an essential element to achieving that greatness. Confidence comes from the work. Swag, well, that's sold separately. You see, there are two types of people in this world. People that make excuses for why they aren't where they want to be in life, and then there are those that made the choice to just be victorious. It's rarely ever easy, and it's not always fun, but as long as you commit yourself to being the best version of you, then it's inevitable for that greatness that you seek to become who you are. JBV.
Please allow this generous congratulations to you for making it through another exciting episode of the #1 selling artist in the history of Belize. Do go ahead, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you have not already subscribed, and do share this video. I look forward to seeing you on another episode of the #1 selling artist in the history of Belize.